It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game?
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks through.
Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
Now we give to Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
53, 53, check 53.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd manageable with that run.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he finds Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Play fake. Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. A gain of 3. Second down.
Lorenzo Carter running down. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's caught. Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. A first down carry by Elliott. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On first down, it's Taylor. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual. As we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves them a few inches short here on fourth down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sanders' kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And now the first chance for the backup here to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that. That's why they're able to get to him on it.
He's got his man here. It's Green. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on first down. Barkley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. On second down now, Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller, his second sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. To return is Taylor. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. On 3rd down, Taylor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now it's Jackson. And it's complete. Hooper. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Carry now for Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now Jackson will look to throw it. This complete to Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And this is good for a first down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On first down, it's Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. Now Elliott. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On second down, Barkley. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also fourth down.
And it all rides on this one play, a trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on fourth down.
Mike 57. Let's go, man. You need turnover. Get that ball. Get that ball.
Back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. The 20, 10, and he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Oh, it's an enormous call here. They'll go for 2. One play to keep their postseason alive.
Back. He's checking. Crash. Shoot.
Hey, Sam off.
He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play.
Let's go, fellas.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Mike.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, will see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.